All right there. Hi. It was quite weird, actually. I forget who it was. I think it was Lee. A geezer called Lee asked me earlier if I ever got nervous before stand-up gigs, which I did because I cared about it. And I've never been scared of streaming, not ever. And just before I went live then, I was like, and I thought, oh, this is a bit daunting. And then I thought, why? I thought, well, because it's intimate, isn't it? You can't hide here. You can't be distracted from people here, can you? It's intimate, isn't it? Just told myself twice. It's very intimate. Lovely to see you all. I think this is a better way of doing it. What I've basically done is, sorry, I know people look weird when they take their glasses off. What I've done is, if you went to the Explorers link, if you're an explorer or a hero on the community stream, I've got echoes. Oh, the one you already heard, not in general. So listen, people, heroes can also come to this stream. Basically, the way the tier system works, whatever tier you're on, you also get everything below it. And so we do get a couple of heroes who Dawn, who do and it's fine, you know what, we've got 10 people in it, 8 people, no problem. All right, now I'm gonna put the link on. I don't need to do all the housekeeping. I don't need to do Twitch. You know about the grift. I will put an entropy link up because if anyone does want to donate, it's not expected at all for these, but it gives you the option over YouTube. But I'll put a link in, and as many of you, I can get everyone on. If my counter's right, I can get everyone in this live. We can just have a chat. If you haven't been to one of these streams before, this is it. This is it. What you've got right now. It's this, but with more and other people talking. So that's that. Hello, Ted. There's that. And you know what? Hello, John. You know what as well, people? Oh, God. That's the link to come in if you want to come in. You don't have to show your face, but you do need to have at least audio. There's the entropy link. So I've just put the link to entropy, but the one you want to look out for is the one I'm just going to put in there again. You've got to have audio at least. Hello, Rags. But it's got to be half decent quality. If you're cutting out, chopping up or something, because people can't be expected to listen to that. So the link is in the chat. If you want to come in, if you want to, sorry, too much tit. I've got Angel Delight all down my front as well. That's what I'm calling it. But this is what this stream is. It's a nice, intimate. But I'm sure it won't let me super chat. You should be able to super chat. Alan, you have super chatted a hell of a lot. I know you're back at work soon, but it should do. That's bizarre. Always good for a content creator to know that the software is not working. That's great. No link. I put it in the chat there. Look. It's that one there. I'll put it a few times. Browning, you can come in. Sarah, you can come in. Really, anyone. It doesn't matter if no one does. It really doesn't matter. I don't mind just chatting again. I mean, there's already something stupid happened to me since we last spoke, which was only about 10 minutes ago. Illuminatos.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm
now,
good.
Can you turn your YouTube down?
Good afternoon, sir.
Because I
put it on the phone.
Me and you. Rookie mistake, Illuminatus. What's happening? Why is this? Have you damaged your brain over the Christmas period?
No, I have no camera or microphone on my computer. which I usually watch you on, and I'm on the iPhone.
You've work around. You've done a workaround.
Well, it works, and it's around, so yeah.
No beret today.
No, I got my streaming hat.
What, you wear that when you're watching me stream?
Yep.
I quite like that. I like I think that I should wear a suit, really, but only if everyone else does.
Okay.
I think if
well,
I like the idea of everyone sitting at home like with a suit on. And hang on 1 second, Illuminatus. Alan is saying the chat is off. I don't understand. What do you mean the chat's off, Alan? I don't understand because he's on here. Anyway, there's a link. Anyone can join in. So last time we had an argument, it was about David Foster Wallace.
Yes, I was going to prepare all month to have the big Dangerfield debate about why modern literature is shite.
Why? Sorry, hang on. I'm going to move over to headphones.
And then I couldn't be asked, so...
Alan is saying the super chat system is off. Sorry, Illuminatus. Alan, we'll just have to go without then if entropy is not working. If it's just the super chat, we'll be all right. It's all right. Right, hang on a minute, Illuminatus. If I sort this out, I can then turn you up a little bit because I'm not hearing you too clearly. Not because of you, because obviously my audio is quiet so that it doesn't go into the microphone. 1 second. Yeah, perfect. Hello, dog. So hang on a minute. So modern literature is awful.
I just don't like it. It's personal preference. I'm more fantasy, sci-fi, action.
Okay, so what are you talking specifically David Foster Wallace, or have you got a time period or
I've never read him. I've never read him. But there's a reason for that. No, I mean, basically, when I used to read a lot of fiction, and I get people who recommend me books, and there was always the latest modern thing, like Burroughs, I suppose, before my time, and I just never enjoyed any of them, you know what I mean? So I just stopped listening.
All right, well, hang on. I think it's fair enough that we get a bit more specific here. So you've never read them, but what have you tried specifically?
What have I tried? Thinking back.
Because I think it's fair enough. I think it's fair enough that if you don't like there's a couple of novels you tried, but to write off, 60, 70 years of literature?
Yeah, but I
think you're a bit more intelligent than that, surely.
But there's 60 or 70 years worth of literature that I prefer. You know, my favorite book would be Lord of the Rings.
I understand that. I understand that, but you prefer it to what? I'm saying you're writing off a whole body of work or a whole era when you've only actually tried, I'm guessing, a handful.
Yeah.
That seems like I didn't enjoy A Scanner Darkly at all, but I loved the Lensman series, and but I didn't throw sci-fi away because I didn't enjoy one. I assumed there'd be adequate differences between the different authors or even the different books that might be able to give me something.
Yeah, there is, certainly. But there's only so much time to read in, you know? So I just made a preference.
All right, okay. Yeah. Don't tell me the chat's not working.
It's working for me.
No, can someone... Yeah, no. Oh no, Tolkien is Tolkien Hobbit for me is the last one I've got. So write some stuff in the chat, can you, Scrub? Test. Is Test going to come up? Bloody YouTube. No, I think that's screwed. Well, no worries. We can still do this. What I'll do is I'll put my YouTube over here. I'm not going to. Oh no, it's all come up. We're good. We're good. It's just a bit late. Right. Listen. How about we take what you've done with literature and put it with food? Now imagine you've had some. You love chicken. You love sausages. You love potatoes. You love pasta. You love rice. And then someone says you need to try some different food. And they give you asparagus, and you go, "Poor, I ate that. I'm not going to try any other food because I like chicken, mashed potato, and all the ones I've already tried." That would not be necessarily a wise thing to do, perhaps.
No, but if I've already had my lunch.
Well, have you? It would appear that ZG is on your side. Oh, this is so good. Being able to share messages. This is so much better.
Scrubs Uprising. Yeah.
This is a better way of doing this, isn't it? Basically, I've just not shared the link, and I've only shared it with you. Now, in fairness, someone could stitch us all up and share it, but it'll only ruin it for yourselves. Right, ZG Zeitgeist. All that postmodernist frog writing. Okay, so have you ever read any David Foster Wallace?
Nope, I think I read his Wikipedia page when he died. That was about it. It wasn't.
Why did you do that, interestingly enough? That's an interesting thing.
Because it was the Zeitgeist, wasn't it? You know, this person I'd never heard of died, so it was in the news, so I thought I'd find out what was so wonderful about him.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like everything. And
How can you not like everything? Yeah.
Because I don't know it.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
See what I did there? Anyway.
Yes. Huh?
Can I show my book?
Hang on, I'm just enjoying your T-shirt that I've just noticed. Absolutely smashing it. Look at that. I mean, enjoy it before I get done for copyright. Oh my God, amazing! What do you make? What do you make of that plonk? What do you make of the?
Well, we had this discussion last time. I like the sandalwood undertones, but a bit too citrus.
That's right. I forgot that you actually had it. Bit
the wife
too
likes
citrus. Does she? It smells like men. See, I think this is why it works. I think women are about between sort of 30 and 50. They grew up smelling that on men in the 70s and late 60s, and that's why I think it works. By works, you know the trouble you're having when you go to the supermarket, don't you? I bet it's
beating them off with a stick.
That's the one.
I wish.
Right. Your book. You want to get onto your book?
Yes, I'll show my book.
Come on,
go on Amazon. Type in Mythocide.
Okay, hang on. Whoa.
The Death of Mythocide.
Hang on, give me slow. I've got business Amazon account, so it'll automatically go to them, so I have to squeeze about. Right, Mythocide.
Yeah, it's a series.
Okay.
So there should be there's a novel and a couple of short stories.
Okay, now I don't want to dox you though.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So
but it's actually it's a bit of a pen name, so it's not direct dox. But
I don't want to get you in any trouble. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to put this on screen or not?
Yeah, go on.
Think carefully. I don't want to get you in trouble. I mean, my channel's kind of easy, but you heard what they said about me in the Times. It's your call. Or I can just tell people what I'm looking at.
I put it up. I don't mind.
Okay, look, he's going for it, people. He needs the adulation.
I need the money.
How are they doing? I'm not going to ask for numbers and net profits. How are they
nothing?
Right, okay, we're going to get onto that in a minute then. What did you make of that bloke I was talking about yesterday who's selling ghost-written books?
It's a scam. I mean, it's a loophole.
It's a scam, but it does work. I mean, I've done much more research in it. And there's people making an absolute fortune out of it because they've also got marketers on side and reviewers, you know, professional reviewers who've got 1 million viewers, and they just do a little review of that book and it'll shift a couple of 100,000 units. It's
it's playing the system. You know what I mean?
That's what they said. They said they're gaming it. One person I watched, for the people who don't know this, we looked at this yesterday morning. There's people on Amazon, and they what they're doing is you get a ghostwriter. You can get like a Filipino ghostwriter with a very good grasp of the English language. You can give them $150, and they'll write you a 150-page novella. Get someone else to do the cover. Get someone else to format it. Get someone else to proofread and edit it. Upload it, then pay someone else to market it, which means getting it on all their blogs and on their big Insta and Facebook pages. And if they're very good around the cover and knowing what's selling, and if they've managed to get a niche, turn that into sales. And I promise you, people are making hundreds of thousands of pounds, even though Illuminatus said it's a scam. I think you'd agree with me that people are gaming it. It's working, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, previously there was a dog. There was a scam where people would put up like a 200-page book, which was empty, and then you get everyone to just skim through it, because you know on the what's it called, where you get like the Kindle library, and people are paid by how many pages are read. So people were just uploading 200 blank pages and getting everyone to just skim through it, and they would make money doing that way.
Yeah. In the early days, you all know this, in the early days of Kindle desktop publishing, you could give away free copies, and that would help you with the rank, wouldn't it? If it was free, people could, if 1,000 people bought your free book, those 1,000 purchases would count and help you with the ranks.
Yeah, you can still do that now, but I think it's a limited time, so you can have a week where it's free. Or the other thing is, if you put it on a different platform and put it for free, then they match the price. So there are ways to get it on Kindle.
That there's always going to be these little scams. I've got a mate, and I told the Scrubs about this. Some of you might remember. I've got a mate who has he's got about 5 desktops and a few old iPhones. All of them are listening to his Spotify albums 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's all they're doing. They're listening, and he's making thousands of pounds a month out of it.
But why not just mine Bitcoin?
Well, because the electricity is going to cost you more than the coins, I think, unless you're really, really good. But there's all these little funny little blags. But I want to get away from blags. I want to get back to literature. You're not doing well. So the question is, how have you marketed your book?
I did the minimum. I had Twitter, Facebook, made a website, but I don't have any reach. You know, I don't have your kind of audience or anything like that. So.
You'll see how small my audience is once my novel's on there. Don't worry about that.
But the one thing I keep telling you in the chat that you haven't done, you need to have a pre-release date. You need to have a release date. You need the pre-orders, because that way, when the book comes out, all them sales count on that same time at one instant, and that really boosts you. So
no, I've got my mate who's got 13 books up on Amazon. He's got me all ready for this. He's doing very well. When I first spoke to him, and he was telling me he was writing sci-fi, he lived in a little, like, almost a bedsit in Putney with his missus. He was a school teacher. I caught up with him 4 years later, and he was just while I'm talking to you, we'll do this, but we'll get back to your books, not a problem. Where have you gone? Oh my God!
I'm here.
Maybe we don't get that option. All right. Anyway, well, look, we'll go back to your books in a moment. I caught up with him 4 years later. I said, "Oh, hey, man, I finally got that novel nearly finished." yeah, okay. And I said, "Can we have a chat?" And he was like, "Yeah, Skype me." He Skyped me, and I could just see he was in this beautiful house, and I could see out his window was just like rolling hills. He bought a new house, big detached property in the country. And I said, "So where are you? At your mother's?" He said, "No, I quit teaching. I've got 13 novels, and I'm 7-figure last year."
Wow.
So
That's the
he's
way.
consulting.
It's all about volume. I mean, I've got books I've finished that I just haven't been asked to upload because I was so disappointed with this one. You know.
Have you read what is it? Write, publish, repeat.
Yes. Followed the podcast. Followed the formula.
But it is all about the marketing. I mean, you say you've got a website, but unless you're promoting the website, how do people know about your website? How is anyone
Exactly. It's chicken and the egg. Huh? If you don't have an audience, how can you generate the audience?
Well, you can, and I am a bit gutted that you've clearly spent a lot of time working. You're clearly you have integrity, so I'm imagining these books are worth reading, and no one's seeing them.
The first one, I won a writing festival. I won the best opening chapter competition with it.
Is that shock and awe?
Yeah, and that got me a professional editor who edited it.
Wow!
I was supposed to have a meeting with an agent, which never turned out because whenever I was in the UK, he could never make it. Yeah, there's a lot for me personally. There was a lot of build up to it, and then it just basically flopped. And the other ones are just sitting on my computer.
I would avoid agents, mate. Traditional publishing is finished. You know what will happen if you get a traditional publisher? Not only are you only going to get 7.5%, they will expect you to market your book.
Oh, I know. I mean,
and so immediately you're going to be in the same position. The only difference is what they'll do is if it gets a bit of traction, then they'll get busy. But I'm never, I've had agents and all that shit. I'm never going near any of that bullshit again. I had two publishers. One of them's an agent and publisher, all over me for this one. And I'm like, no, you can fuck off. And one of them, he said to me, he said, I'm skinned. He's lost most of his authors to Kindle desktop publishing.
Yeah.
You know, can I read a bit?
Yeah, please do.
Right. So number 1, is this chapter 1, Prague?
Yeah. Yep.
Strong opening. I killed a unicorn last night. The tranquilizer darts didn't bring it down, and I unloaded a fully 32-round M10 clip into its head at point-blank range before it finally died, with my knife in its throat and its horn dug inch deep into my viscera. It was a mercy killing. Are you going to correct me?
No.
God. Jesus Christ, the amount of airtime I'm giving his work here. It was a mercy killing. The beast was rabid. It had already killed 2 kids. What choice did I have? And I didn't get away unscathed either. I've got a gash the size of my hand in my thigh to go with the stab wound from a unicorn horn in my side. Try telling that to the emergency room staff. Thankfully, I didn't have to, since the cleanup team sent by my client had morphine, antibiotics, and disinfectants on hand. Can you send him around here? One of them even stitched me up before putting me on the plane back to Prague. Now, that's what I call on-the-job benefits. I like it. Do you know why I like it? I already know what it's about. I get it. You're an undercover, some kind of mythological beast assassin.
Exactly.
There you go. Perfect. That's what you. This is one you won best first chapter.
Yep.
Yeah, and it shows. It's
I had another extract that was a runner-up in the British Fantasy Society short story competition.
So how comes those things winning that competition and this runner-up thing? How comes they're not converting? Is it because this you're writing fantasy fiction? It's saturated, isn't it? That market is saturated.
Yep. Yeah, but I wrote to market that one.
Okay. I mean, I I'm not being rude saying that, but loads of people are writing this stuff. And I'll tell you where another saturated market that you can make a fortune out of that I'd have thought would have been up your street is crime fiction.
Well, I've just written one.
So how many books have you got written and available on Amazon?
Just on Amazon, just them. I've got a epic fantasy Lord of the Rings type thing that I'm still waiting for a cover for. I've got a techno thriller, which is more or less finished, but I just haven't been asked. And then this crime novel, which are just it's like contemporary, set in the town I live in.
All right. Now, look, the question, if anyone's interested in that book I just read a bit, it's called Shock and Awe, as in like when the Americans bomb places. Shock and Awe, Mythocide Level 1. Ah, Mythocide, like I said, killing mythological creatures. And it's Marcus S. Jones, and you can get that on Amazon for a couple of quid. Might be worth a pop. Help out Illuminatus. I'll put a link in the
hold on, I'll try and get it on for free for a week or so.
Let people give you £2 for a bloody book you wrote. Link in the description, people, if you're interested in going or have a look at Illuminatus book. Look, absolutely competent and done what an opening paragraph's meant to do. Hang on, is his name? I thought it said Mick Jagger. Sorry. Here's the question I'm going to ask you, though. You're spending a lot of time writing. Wouldn't that time be better spent marketing what you've already published?
Probably, but I enjoy the writing and I don't enjoy the marketing.
No, of course.
I don't even know how to do the marketing. I mean, I've tried and not well.
But why? See, the reason I'm mad motivated to get my book on Kindle is because I want people to read it. I love writing. That is there. I love writing. It's what I consider. I'm in my zone. That's when I'm in a flow state when I'm writing. And when I finally retire, I'll be writing. But I need to know people are going to read that. And without that belief that at least 10,000 people are going to read that first one, I wouldn't be able to write it. I'm not motivated if I think that's going to end up in a drawer or 1,000 pages down on Google. I just can't.
Exactly. There's no motivation for me at the moment. I mean, I say I wrote the crime fiction. That's because I have a friend of mine who reads crime fiction. So it meant at least one person would read it. I've been writing individual books from friends. So some guy liked techno thrillers, so I wrote a techno thriller for him.
That's quite nice for them. That's lovely.
Yeah, but the feedback is like, oh, that's good. You know? And then maybe point out a few spelling mistakes, but there's no engagement. There's no feedback on how you'd make it better or anything like that.
And that's the beauty of sales, because you get reviews, you get asked on podcasts, you get to debate, you get to talk about your book. Well, I like contemporary American postmodern non-fiction.
Really?
If you want to write me one.
Never would have guessed.
It's made me a little bit sad because you need to get this marketing sorted out. I'll have a think, because you can do it, man. It's not. It can be done, you know, and you'll need a budget, but not loads.
No, but I don't have any. So I thought it's supposed to be a series of books. The second one's about half written, the third one's planned. But there's just no motivation to get on and finish it.
Exactly. I get that. If I was 3 books in and I'd sold an handful, I'd be doing something else. But I wouldn't. You just have to make it work. Who done your cover there?
Me. You know, just...
Well, you heard what I was saying yesterday about people who are very good at making covers are selling lots of units, and people who are great writers aren't selling any because of their covers.
Yeah. But I mean, it was based on what's going on in the genre.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's like the Monster Hunter genre. This kind of thing, you know.
Is that a thing? I don't know anything about this world. Monster hunting genre.
I look at Monster Hunter International. It's a huge series. There's a guy who self-publishes as well. Makes a fortune. Corella.
Let me show you my mate's book. What's it called? The one that went really good, I think, was called Catstronaut. Quite a cool title, though. You know what's going on immediately. I think this is him. Oh no, that's not him. He must have robbed it off of him. Well, it's something like that. It's a cat with a. It's like, I think that might be him. Cats.
I don't talk about cats. There's a local guy here I've met a few times who wrote a book called How to Live Like Your Cat, and it's been translated into 19 languages, and he's made a fortune.
Oh, there you go. I mean, there's cat owners, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you think you could come up with an idea like that, would you have the motivation to write it? If you could come up with something that you thought, hang on, there's a niche there, it would sell loads. Could you do the writing?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing. I mean, like I say, I read almost exclusively fantasy, but I've moved on to the techno thriller because it's what Dan Brown did, into the crime fiction because that's so popular. Never even read a crime novel.
Okay, so this is I didn't realize that. So you're not writing out of passion. You're trying to write for genre. You're trying to write for high selling genres.
Well, I'm doing both. I mean, I've still got my epic fantasy on the back burner.
It's a double bind, though, isn't it? Because that's where you make the money, but that's where the competition's at its highest.
Yeah, but I'm not making any money, so not really that much of a problem.
Well, did you think you would when you put that first novel out? Were you optimistic? Were you confident, or did you not have a clue?
I thought it would sell like a couple of hundred copies, maybe. Right. And with the idea, like you're thinking about putting out one every couple of months and just making up on the volume. I was never expecting it to be a, Harry Potter or anything like that.
Yeah.
But even those low expectations were not met. So.
Wow. I mean, I don't expect much to happen with my one. I've got a bit of an audience, from stand up, from this, but I don't expect it to do that well. But I do expect to get another 7 or 8 out in the next few years, and that's when I'm.
I reckon you need 1,000 true fans to make a living doing.
That's it. Yeah. If you've got 1,000 true fans, what they buy and the people they speak to is enough. I got that out of that book we mentioned. Well, Illuminatus, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
It has.
You need to check out some David Foster Wallace. I think there might be some stuff in there to help improve your sales.
Yes, there's a guy called John something Tolkien as well. You might check him out.
Oh, what's his name?
Tolkien.
John well done. I'll have a look. I can't stand it. I can't stand all that stuff. I tried reading it as a kid. Oh, here he comes. Oh, no.
Tolkien.
That's him. That's who I meant. How did you know I meant Tom Bombadil? How? I couldn't think of his name, but that's him.
Hey ho, he's a merry fellow. His pants are green and his... It's an awful bit. I skipped that bit, I tell you.
But the book's awful. It starts off like a little children's nursery rhyme, and by the end of it, it's the psychotic wanderings of a mad old man. It's like bullshit.
Yes, because he wrote it throughout his life, and that's how it developed. I mean, it was supposed to be the sequel to The Hobbit, which was a kid's book.
There you go.
And he just basically put all his passion into it. I mean, there's the world building, the languages. There's so much more to it than the story, which is, it's a hero's journey, pretty straightforward from A to B, But for me, what impresses me about Tolkien is the world, the history,
Virtually unreadable. Illuminatus, my friend, good luck with all of that. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, good luck to you too, and bye, Scrubs.
Ta-da!
Bye-bye.
Hang on, people. Well, wasn't that exciting? Incredible, eh? Illuminatus, he's on it. He's doing it. But he's not. He's struggling with the marketing. And, this is what it's about now. It's this website thing. I hear loads of people say that about a product they're selling or this. I've got a website. But in the modern age, it's not about having a website. It's about getting people to your website. Because unless you're getting people to your website, it's just floating around in the middle of nowhere doing nothing. You know, I had a mate spent about $5,000 getting a website designed and spent no money on marketing or SEO. And he's had 2 hits in like a year. two hits. Nice. I said to him, I said, you want to spend about 200 quid on the website and the rest of it on SEO. Pay someone to get people there. He was like, no. And there you go. Anyone else want to come on? We ain't got long left. Well, we have really, because we'll go a bit over. But I'll put the link in the chat. And you don't have to come on individually. Anyone and however many of you, just jump on. There's the link. I mean, easy going chat. You know what, though? I was getting a bit worried there talking to Illuminars because I can talk about writing all night. I could have just sat there for the rest of the day chatting with him about self-publishing and writing. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I agree, Batch. I think he was good stuff. I mean, look, there's someone who's done it. There's someone who's getting something done. Now, you know, at the minute it's a free-wheel trolley, but he knows what the problem is. He's just not willing to sort it out. I'll write another one. But, you know, there you go. But I sent you the link if anyone fancies grabbing hold of a copy. And there's a couple of others. There's the... I'll pop that link in the chat again. So if anyone missed it, here is his book. There you go. Is Sarah or Dawn really not coming on? There's the link in the chat again to Illuminatus level 1. Mythocide level 1. He's an intelligent bloke. I bet it's hilarious. I bet it's a well-written, funny, interesting book. He's no fool, is our Illuminatus. Terrible taste in literature, but don't let that affect your understanding of what he might write. It usually doesn't affect it at all. There you go. Look, that's the link. I mean, I don't mind if no one wants to come in. I just keep rabbiting. But that was very exciting for me. I enjoyed talking to him. What you've got to remember is I don't get to talk to a lot of English people. You know, after the streams, my days are very much not English. Martin the Confusitor says you can keep... no. What's this? Is this some Tom Bombadil stuff? Nah, you can poke your Tom Bombadil. Look, it's literature. It's all subjective, but I can't stand all that stuff. Good Lord. Good Lord. Even the movie, even that movie. You watch that movie thoroughly. Nothing happens. Nothing. There's just a war. There's like a battle. There's a battle. Evil is getting stronger. There's a battle. There's a little fight with a bloke who's holding onto the ring. There's a battle. Evil's getting stronger. You are right, Priata. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. You know what I listened to yesterday? I laid on my bed and I listened to the audio book of Good Old Neon. It's fantastic. Alan?
Chris.
Yeah, all right. High five.
High five, sir. How are you doing?
I'm all right. We've got Dave as well. Now, Alan, I think you've got your YouTube volume turned up.
Is that better?
No. I can still hear myself. Batch, have you got your YouTube turned up?
No, mate, it's all down here.
Ba.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Batch, but I can also hear myself.
Not coming from me. I've got headphones on.
Yes, sir.
How are you hearing me?
I hear you with a bit of an echo.
No, but how are you hearing me? Through what? Through what hardware?
Through my speakers.
Now,
nice.
Your speakers are going into your microphone. Have you got headphones?
No, sir.
Alan, we can't talk because there's an echo. Because you understand your microphone is picking up what's coming out of your speakers.
It's not too bad my end. It sounds
okay.
Well, hang on. Let's put it to the Scrubs. Scrubs, is that echo? Can you cope with that? Is it all right to have that echo? Well, let's crack on. Let's see. How are you, Alan? Alan?
You there,
Doing
Alan?
fine, sir.
Alan?
Yes, sir.
You're there. Good. Not a problem. How are you?
Doing fine, sir. And you?
I'm all right. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've done an hour stream. I'm doing this. I've got 2 more to do today. And I quite like doing them, but I am, after the migraine the other day, I'm not 100%. So that's how I am. Batch, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thanks. How are you, Chris? Apart from
I just told Alan.
Disaster, I know, but it's been polite, you know.
It's the same answer. Imagine if
Is that the same answer?
Imagine if I said, no, great.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry. Look, it's still early in the morning for me. It's only 10:01 in the afternoon.
Oh my God! Sorry to get you out of bed.
I know. Well, I was up early for some reason. I thought there was going to be an 8 o'clock show, and for some even stranger reason, even though you'd said it would be the quiz would be at 4 o'clock, I thought it'd be at 8 o'clock instead.
I had terrible construction work, so there was no way I could do a stream.
Yeah, it did sound a bit noisy at your end.
Chris.
Alan,
Yes.
I was just going to ask, how have you been enjoying your 2 weeks holiday?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Are you looking forward to going back to work, or are you thinking of jacking it in forever?
Well, I'm the boss where I work, so I don't mind.
Nice.
I don't really know what to say to that. I wasn't expecting it. The way you've been celebrating your 2 weeks off, I got the impression you weren't into your work, but if you're the boss, lovely. Alan?
Okay. Well, Chris.
Yeah?
I don't want to keep this messed up.
Well, Alan, do me a favour. When you're done, go back and listen to what we've done, and you'll see why it's
fine.
Sorry?
But I do want you to know.
Okay.
My name is pronounced Thyler.
All right. Miss. Well, hang on. Say it once more.
Thyler.
Okay, Mr. Thyler.
Thyler. Yes, sir.
Have a happy New Year, Mr. Thyler.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, mate. Bye.
Take care, my friend.
See you later, Anne.
I can't help but think. Hang on. Echo's still here. Wasn't
Well, I
even.
really don't know how it can be me because I've got headphones in.
It's me too. Oh God, we just kicked Alan, and it wasn't even Alan's fault.
Well, you say we. You're the bloke in charge of the buttons. I'd like.
Did you see how quickly I just? Right, Dave, mute your microphone.
Oh,
just for 1
Mission
second.
Impossible. Yeah, hold on. How do I do that? Microphone.
It wasn't even Alan. It wasn't Mr. Thyler. Look, it's Batch. Look, now he's mute. Alan, you can come back on. It's bastard Batch. Look, perfect. Alan, if you want to come back on, Batch, sort your hardware out.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It says I'm muted, but it was obviously me. I don't know what's going on, mate. I am sorry.
Well, it's not
Mr.
me
Thyler.
you need to apologise to.
I just apologised to Mr. Thyler. I said to him, I'm sorry about
Thyler,
that.
no less.
Tyler. Sometimes I get my pronunciation right. I'm not a very good conversationalist.
Thankfully, you've seen the funny side of it. But come on, Batch, you can sort that out. Why is that? How's that happening? Oh, hello. Oh, good Lord. Alan Thyler just went round there and hit me over the end of the club.
Is that any better?
Hello?
Hello? Is that any better?
No.
Well, I'll just have to back out then.
Well, Batch, it was lovely. It was lovely having you ruin. Go. Good Lord. Alan, if you want to come back on, mate, the link's in the description. It would be nice to talk to you. Batch, did you check out Batch as well when I said we blamed him and Batch went, no, you. I was quite impressed the way I went from how I just said we, just instantly happy to share the blame. Well, I'm thinking maybe Alan's headphones are leaking sound. Look at TechRoach tripping. Look, it's great with headphones on. Says enjoying herself. It's not me you need to apologise to. And there you were, just when I said we and you said no, you. You're all right, Batch. It happens. I've done it. Apologies, Alan. Seriously, that wasn't great. The link is everyone's cracking up. Good Lord. Well, there you go, people. There's a small technical problem. Alan, if you do want to come in, and obviously, Batch, if you sort your sound out, you're welcome. I'll put the link in the description. Anyone's welcome in. Not a problem. If you come in, I'll get you in. I could probably get half of you on. There's 20 people in here. I don't look, me, I'm a mouthy bastard. I'm always happy to perform. And it's weird that I don't understand why everyone doesn't want to come on. I have to appreciate people are different, aren't they? But if I was in someone's chat and they were like, come on, I'd be like, quick, get on. Hi, hello, I exist. Hello, me, I'm someone, I'm human. But, of course, it's that kind of approach to my existence which will mean I will market the frick out of my novel. So, interesting talking to Rags. Hello, mate.
How's it going?
Look at that, straight in, no technical difficulties. Started with a Scrubs Rising. Very well. How are you, mate?
Well, not too bad.
You've been keeping it. You've been keeping it all calm over on Twitch there.
Yes.
It's a difficult job, but you're doing it.
No, it's usually those gamers spamming the chat.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? But we do. I get a Twitch report every day, and sometimes it says that like 200 people have, they've come and gone. They haven't hung around, but it's quite nice, isn't it? Nice to know that. And we have been getting a lot of Filipinos, so they've got to have come from somewhere.
No, there's a whole pile of people. If you click on the screen, double tap on the screen, it shows you who's actually sitting in the chat.
Oh, really?
There's about 30 people watching, but nobody's saying anything.
Really?
And it seems to be the same people all the time. Like, what was it? Dolly Tits Up or something she was called. She's sitting in the bottom of the chat.
A number. Now,
they're not saying anything.
No, very strange. Let me know how you do that. Well, you just told me. So if I double click the actual screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a go. I see you on the vape there. Good
yes.
lad. Well, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? Rags, you send me lots of videos.
Yes. That's something I think that you and me have in common, a sort of sense of humour, some
for
funny
sure.
stuff.
Alan's come back, bless him. Look, Alan.
Okay.
Alan, imagine how funny it would be if you had an echo now.
It's definitely not for me.
No, it all sounds lovely now. So, Alan, please, Mr. Thyler, please let me apologise for jumping to the wrong conclusion.
Thank you.
Alan, did you just light up a cigar or something?
A Marlboro.
A Marlboro. I wanted it to be why didn't you lie and just say it was a cigar and you've got a cognac there and you're, I like to imagine you with a big Stetson on. Now you've told me you're the business owner. I want you to be like J.R. Ewing with a cognac. Anything like that?
Old goatee, mustache.
Okay, no, that's a look. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna condemn it. Rags, have you ever gone for facial hair?
If I try and grow a beard, it looks ridiculous.
Well, you know, that isn't. I know the feeling.
It's hair here, and nothing here, and nothing here.
Well,
And it ends
you
up
know
ginger.
I don't shave here. I don't shave these bits. I don't. You can see where you can see where that goes. I haven't shaved any of that. And the weird thing is, my goatee and moustache. I've never called it a goatee before. I feel kind of bad now. You put that in my head, Tyler. But it grows in the way my dad used to shave his face. He used to shave it like this. And my genes evolved in very quick time.
I get my beard genes from my dad.
You should have said your mum. I gave you that on a plate. And
he had jet black hair, and in the 70s when we were small, he decided he was going to grow a beard because he was in the country and western band.
Oh, wow.
And it came out ginger.
So what's wrong with yours? You dropped in that yours is a bit ginger. Is it a bit patchy?
Yeah, and goes ginger. And then I've no hair up top anyway, so it makes no odds. I call this is a solar panel for a sex machine.
Yeah, nice. When did that go?
Early 30s.
That's not so bad, is it? Alan, what is your hair on your head situation?
You can see your reflection.
Pardon? Well, I didn't hear. Again?
Completely bald.
Oh, okay. So you've got much like me and Rags, really. You've got nothing much up top, and you've got like me down below. Oh my God! The appearance of Al, same as me. Oh, sorry about the high pitch. I hope I didn't break anyone's glassware. Look at the Alan Thyler on that. Yeah, and so. Roughly where in the States are you? Roughly, don't get yourself in any trouble. Now you've already shown your face, or you're in big trouble. Look, he's gone again. Look, he's had enough.
Can't dox myself.
No, that's absolutely fine. Mr. Thyler, roughly what trade are you in? Because if you're the boss, you've obviously been somewhat successful, and it was very nice to see you actually. Then I appreciate you making that effort. But what kind of game are you in?
I painted cars for 30 years.
Okay.
And now I'm the lead man over a crew of men who paint industrial equipment.
Okay. All right. Nice. I have done some of that in my time, believe it or not. We used to paint industrial floors, flooring.
We build conveyor equipment for FedEx and UPS.
Good Lord. Great stuff. Amazing. I found that we had this 2-part epoxy paint, and I think it was thinned with butyl nitrate. And at the time, we all thought it was funny to take your gas mask off for a couple of seconds. And yeah, it wasn't a good idea at all. It was really quite dangerous. Well, there you go. Rags,
yes.
Industry, trade, work. Ever got off your bum and done a day of it?
Started out at 13, selling logs off the back of a trailer at night after school in the winter. Went on to building yards.
Hang on, whoa. I asked you what you do for a living in a roundabout way, and the first thing you told me was that you used to thieve things as a child.
No. used to go out into the local forest and get the fallen down trees.
I thought you said you were nicking them off the. Sorry, it's the accent. It's just the first place I go. Right. So you were grafting at 13. Carry on. And don't tell me now. Now you do flower arrangements.
No, now I do absolutely nothing. I'm medically retired.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you really are?
No, I broke my back twice, shattered both my knees, and had 2 brain hemorrhages.
You absolutely have told me that. You have absolutely told me that. Good Lord.
That's not pleasant, but
no, it's fucking awful.
That's where the drinking came in.
No, I remember the email. I absolutely remember thinking, what the fuck? Good Lord. I was written off. I got a thing called a Med 4, it used to be called, but I think it's ridiculous. I'm not defending this, but they wrote me off for opiate addiction. It said client is unavailable for work due to addiction to opiates. And that was it. I never had to work again if I didn't want to. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I didn't have a disease. That's literally like saying, "Oh no, he wants to just sit around all his life." So and the truth is, Rags, that's me taking money off of people like you. That's why people like you don't get more, because there's hundreds of thousands of people like I was getting money they 100% don't deserve. It's absolutely bullshit.
I have mates that were Afghanistan. And he got hit by an IED. They had to rebuild his spine. And since he was still able to walk a certain distance, they refused him his benefits.
Because he could shuffle along.
He could shuffle along. He's a father of 8. There's 8 kids.
I mean, thanks for putting your life on the line, and but fuck off, get a job, man who can barely move. Shocking. And then, and I mean it. They gave. Oh, and my girlfriend at the time, she was getting housing benefits. She was getting income support. I think between us, we were probably getting about $1,500 a month, which in 1999 weren't bad. And also, and again, I'm not saying this, I'm proud of it, quite the opposite, but it doesn't really encourage you to change, because why would you? You've got somewhere to live, you've got food on the table, and if you've got a drug habit, you're not really thinking about doing anything. I think it's a disaster. I think it's an absolute disaster. Shocking.
They want me to be on disability, but I won't take it. I won't make enough.
Right, and that's the sort of thing, that's an amazing thing. Why do they want you on disability, Mr. Thaler?
I have arthritis in my knees and ankles. I don't have cartilage in either.
Shit.
They want to replace my knees and fuse my ankles together.
Are you not in agony?
Yeah, a fair bit.
Yeah, he said, yeah, a fair bit.
Well, that's how I got hooked on the opiates.
Right, of course.
Why I take the Suboxone.
Right, okay. And what did they start you on? OxyContin or something? Hello?
No, it was Percocets. Percocet 10.
You know what, Alan? You know what? I know so many people who ended up addicted to opiates, basically because their doctors gave them painkillers, didn't give them any warning. When they went back to the doctors and said it's still hurting, have some more. And then one day it's like, we're going to have to bring these down. And they're like, I can't. They take half of them and they're withdrawing.
Oh, exactly.
Shocking. That is doctors. This is basic. This is absolutely basic. And then you've got your original problem, and now you've got a dependency. Thanks, health.
Luckily, I only work 4 days a week, so I get 3 days to recover.
So you do 4 days, and just as it's agony, you get to sit down for a couple of days.
Exactly.
Now I'm understanding why you've thoroughly enjoyed 2 weeks off. I bet you've had your feet up, having a nice time.
Once I'm off work, I don't do much but watch YouTube.
Look, you've got a full-time job. You're allowed to do whatever you want when your time's off. But Alan, can I ask you one question?
Yes,
Why aren't you tempted to have the surgery?
I don't think I could leave the men in my charge alone. I don't trust them to do the work.
Okay, wow. I get that. I understand that as a man who has staff. That's very interesting.
And it would cost about $80,000 to do the surgeries just on my knees.
Oh, of course. I'm thinking it'd be NHS. And no, you're American.
We don't have that in the States, though.
So a lot of money, and also there's no one looking after the business.
No one I can trust. Yeah.
Understood. Oh, wow, man.
That's what I was quoted to fix my back. But they done a spinal fusion instead with a couple of screws, and then about 3 months later it broke again.
Oh no. I'm terrified of hospitals. I've got so much respect for people who actually have that kind of work done, but it's snapped. Thanks, Doc. Shit.
It took me about 6 months to learn to walk again.
After the surgery?
Yeah.
And then that broke?
Then it broke again. So
that was a good year, was it? Yeah, happy days.
Oh,
yeah, no wonder you ended up drinking. Good Lord. Well, gentlemen, I've hit that hour and I've got to do another stream for the other lot. So, Alan, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to meet you and briefly seeing you. Sorry about
the pleasure was all mine, Chris.
Thank you, Alan, and enjoy the rest of your holiday.
You too.
Take care, man. And Rags, lovely, man. You look after yourself too.
No, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
You know what? I say this every time, and it never stops being true. I obviously can't, as all of you know this, very hard to imagine what everyone looks like, because you can't guess who are who. And then when people come on and you see them and you hear them and you get to know a little bit about them, Rags actually told me before about that. 2 in his spine and his knees and the brain hemorrhages. Good Lord. And you know what? Lovely people. What lovely people. Illuminatus, come on, Batch. Come on, shame about Batch's hardware. We've spoken to Batch before, but that was a bit of a shame. And then we got to meet Rags and Alan. Yes, Dawn. I mean it, though. I absolutely mean it. It's... He was a letdown because I like him, and it would have been nice to talk to him. We've had him on these streams before. That's all. Right, people, I've got to go because I've got to set up the hero stream, and I've got like 2 minutes to set it up. So I'm sure I'll see some of you in a minute. Everyone else, don't forget this is December's Explorers stream, and it's just late. So we'll be having another one of these Explorers stream in about 10, 15 days. So I'm sure I'll tell you about it in the streams. And all you lovely people, I'll see you again soon, probably this afternoon. Depending on how I feel after the second stream, I might not do a stream later, but I always say that. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Bye, bye, bye.